Hey guys, Adriana Jimenez with Fino Boxing here with Dazn Executive Chairman John Skipper. John, congratulations on signing this big name, Gennady Triple G Golovkin. We've been very excited, waiting to see him back in the ring. So knowing now that he's joined Dazn, we can't wait for him to come back in June. First of all, I'd like to get your thoughts on why was Gennady Golovkin a must to sign to Dazn?
Look, we have the stated objective to be the home of the best fights in boxing. We have the objective to create a great value proposition for boxing fans. Among the boxers they want to see, Gennady Golovkin is one of the top 3 or 4 or 5. And of the ones we don't have, he was number 1. And we're very excited to have him end his career with the next 6 fights on Dazn.
Now, you mentioned on the press conference that, there's always that possibility of Gennady facing Canelo for a 3rd time. That's a fight that fans want to see. So we are hoping that we can get that September or perhaps May. But Canelo has Jacobs first, May 4th. It's a very tough task. Can you walk me through the possibilities of this trilogy happening?
Look, everybody in boxing, which includes the management, includes the boxers, would love to see a 3rd fight happen. But boxing is unpredictable. And Canelo right now is focused on Danny Jacobs, who also happens to be a Dazn fighter, by the way. So we can't really lose. And I think Gennady's going to have a tough fight in June. He's not interested in fighting somebody who is not a credible, difficult opponent. So we never know. But we think that whatever happens, we're going to ultimately see a 3rd fight between Canelo and Golovkin. And we think Danny Jacobs is going to be in the mix. We also have other fighters. Andrade, who is going to be in the mix of this, is an up-and-comer. And so we think we'll see a lot of great middleweight fights, and we know which one everybody wants to see the most.
Well, I'm glad you touched up on Demetrius Andrade. He has the WBO belt, the only belt that Gennady was never able to have in the past. So there is that interest for him to get that belt. It's a interesting fight as well. I like to get your thoughts on that fight, Demetrius Andrade versus Golovkin.
Well, we don't know who he'll fight in June yet, and that would be a great fight. But I do not want to predict. There's a handful of opponents who Triple G and his camp will consider will be in the mix, but we're going to let them have the first position on making that decision.
I feel like I'm playing matchmaker here because I'm going to be throwing all these names. We have, of course, Callum Smith, champion at 168 with Dazn. Dimitri Bivol, champion at 175, also with Dazn. He said he's willing to come down to 168 to face, Canelo or Golovkin, make those big fights. Jaime Munguia's at 154, willing to come up to 160 also. So there's so many options, right?
We have a lot of options. And again, you heard Triple G on stage say, I'm happy to fight Munguia. I would be happy to fight so-and-so and so-and-so. So I think we have a lot of attractive matchups.
Yes, absolutely. Gennady Golovkin is just the latest big name that you guys have signed. Can we expect bigger, more big names coming to Dazn soon?
Well, look, we're ambitious and we're competitive, and we think there are other fighters who would do a lot of good for us. We're trying to sell subscriptions. We're trying to make boxing fans happy. So yes, there are other fighters, and no, I will not name them. You could probably guess some of them that we think would be great for Dazn. But again, it's not respectful, I think, to talk about people who may be committed other places now, who may in the future come. It's just not respectful.
Absolutely. Completely understand. Thank you so much for taking the time. And once again, congratulations on this new deal.
Very nice
Thank you. Very nice to meet you too. Thank you so much.